Hi, and welcome to The Best of Both Worlds, where cultures meet and friendships flourish. This vibrant TV show is a bridge between the Brazilian community in the United States and those eager to discover the rich tapestry of Brazilian life. Whether you're a Brazilian living abroad, or an American discovering the soul of Brazil for the first time, or you're a Brazilian living here, our programs celebrate shared experiences and the powerful connections that bring us together. Through engaging conversations, inspiring partnerships, and business partnerships, we aim to create a deeper understanding of our communities. Join us as we explore the beauty of Brazil and of our culture here in the United States. And together, through friendship and collaboration, we can indeed have the best of both worlds. Today, we have a very unusual, amazing guest. She is not from Brazil. She's not from the United States. She was born in Honduras, and her name is Maritza Leonel. And Maritza has a very interesting view of Brazilians and of Americans that is neither or. So first of all, Maritza, thank you for being here. Okay. She doesn't speak Portuguese or English, so we're gonna get it through with her Spanish. So cuéntanos sobre su jornada aquí, o sea, ¿de dónde viniste y por qué y cómo?
Buenos días, pues yo vine de Honduras y vine por la inseguridad que pasamos en nuestro país. Vine por un futuro para mis hijos y para mí.
She came from Honduras and she came here because there was so much insecurity and instability in her country. And she came here to get a better life for herself and especially for her children. ¿Cuántos hijos tienes?
Tengo 3 hijos.
She has 3 children. And how old are they? ¿Cuántos años tienen?
Mi hijo mayor tiene 15 años, mi hija Isa tiene 14 y la más pequeña tiene 11 años.
She has a son who's 15, a daughter who's 14, and another daughter who's 11. So, Maritza, we love to talk about miracles on this show. An earlier program where you talked about Flavia's miracle with her triplets. And Mary also, Maritza also has a miracle that happened. Mari, cuéntanos sobre el milagre que pasó en el desierto durante tu camino cuando estabas viniendo aquí. ¿Qué pasó en el desierto?
Pues estábamos secuestrados, teníamos ya 15 días de estar secuestrados en el desierto.
She was kidnapped. She was on a bus making her way from Mexico to the United States, and she was kidnapped with her 3 children and their father for 15 days in the desert.
Cuando veníamos en el bus rumbo a Tijuana, personas nos bajaron del bus y dijeron que eran de migración y después cuando nos tenían en una camioneta dijeron que era la mafia y empezaron a pedirnos dinero.
So when she was on the bus in Tijuana, some immigration officials came on the bus, took them off the bus, and then later took them into a truck and then told them that they were not immigration, but they were the Mexican mafia, and they were asking for money. ¿Cuánto dinero ellos te pidieron?
Pedían $1,000 por persona.
$1,000 for each person. ¿Y tú tuviste dinero?
No contaba con dinero ni con familia que me ayudara.
¿Iba a matarlos si no tuviera?
Amenazaban con que si no pagábamos lo que nos pedían, no íbamos a salir con vida de ese lugar.
So they were going to kill her and her family if they didn't pay the money. And el papá de tus hijos fue golpeado varias veces también, ¿verdad?
Sí.
And so the father of her children was beaten. But, ¿qué hiciste? ¿Cómo saliste de esa situación? ¿Cómo fuiste?
Pues antes de que empezaron a amenazarnos fuerte que teníamos que pagar, yo tenía la fe en Dios que íbamos a salir de ese lugar. Empecé a orar y pedirle a Dios que por favor abriera una puerta y después dijeron que sí nos iban a soltar. Luego personas, no sé de qué lugar, no sé, no supimos si eran de migración, No supimos si eran contrarios a la banda que nos tenían, que andaban tras ellos y empezaron a, a darse a la fuga y nos andaban junto con ellos en una camioneta.
Ok, entonces fue inmigración que los rescató después, ¿no?
No.
No. Entonces, estabas diciendo que, pero ¿cómo? O sea, tenías fe. She said that she had a lot of faith in God that she was going to get out of that situation. And entonces, ¿cómo? Nos explica cómo la lluvia estaba en un desierto, no tenía agua, ¿verdad? ¿Y qué pasó?
No teníamos agua para tomar y entonces nosotros empezamos a orar que por favor lloviera. De repente algo milagroso pasó, empezó a llover. Nosotros empezamos a llorar de la alegría, nos mojábamos, empezábamos a recoger agua de la lluvia con nuestras manos, con lo que encontráramos y empezamos a reservar agua y empezamos a tomar. Luego los mismos secuestradores se asombraron y dijeron que qué fe la que teníamos
It's
en nuestro
amazing.
Dios.
It's amazing. So it was in the desert. They didn't have any water. It's 15 days. They had very little water. So she and there were other people involved, started to pray. And it started to rain in the desert. And they gathered the water. They were crying with joy. They were really excited. And the criminals themselves, the moms, got very surprised and said, "What kind of faith is this?" They got shocked. Entonces, para encerrar ese tema, entonces comenzaste a hablar con un muchacho
Ujú.
que estaba tomando cargo de ustedes. ¿Y cómo lo viste? ¿Y qué decías a ese muchacho?
Empecé a hablar con él y yo le decía que yo no contaba con dinero ni con familia que me apoyara. Luego él habló con familiares y él me dijo, ya veo que tú me estás hablando con la verdad, yo voy a tratar de hablar con mi jefe, hablar que ustedes no cuentan con dinero y todo eso, pero la raíz de la que pudimos salir de ahí fue porque cuando a ellos los empezaron a seguir, eh, por unas personas denunciaron que tenían personas secuestradas en México y empezaron a darle seguimiento a ellos.
Y tú también hablaste con un muchacho que no necesitaba tomar ese camino, ¿verdad? También dio consejo.
Yo empecé a hablar con él y le dije por qué él estaba en eso, porque él decía que ese era un trabajo. Entonces yo le decía a él, pero si no miraba el sufrimiento de personas inocentes que emigrábamos de nuestro país por la delincuencia, por la corrupción, por la inseguridad que vivimos en nuestro país, y por qué hacían eso a las personas que venimos con tanto sacrificio y venimos cruzando ese camino. Y él me dijo que él estaba consciente que lo que hacía era mal, pero que él creía en Dios. Y yo sé que todos
Wow.
creen en Dios, pero no todos tememos a Dios.
Wow. So she said, this is amazing. She saw that the kid that was in charge of them was like 19 years old. So she started to talk to him as a kid. She started saying, like, why are you doing this as a living? We are innocent people. We're fleeing suffering and insecurity and instability and poverty, and we're innocent people. So why are you taking advantage of innocent people? And she said he started to admit that he believes in God. And she told him she didn't have any money. They had nothing. And they didn't have family that had money in the United States. So the kid decided he was going to go talk to his boss. He decided to help her. And that's amazing, the courage you had, the faith you had. And also, she said something very important. She said he believed in God. She said a lot of people believe in God, but a lot of people, even though they believe in God, don't fear God. And that's the issue. That's amazing. Okay, so you made it over here. Thank God, right? Gracias a Dios, ne llegaste aquí. Okay. Y what were your impressions of Americans before you came here? And what are your impressions of Americans now? ¿Cómo fue tu impresión de los americanos cuando estabas en Honduras? ¿Y cómo son tus impresiones ahorita que ya está aquí? ¿Cómo cambiaron o no?
Recuerdo cuando era niña asistía a una iglesia y iba personas americanas llevaban ayudas a nuestros países. Siempre tuve una buena impresión de los estadounidenses y gracias a Dios cuando vine aquí pues sí tenía miedo porque llegamos a un apartamento de mi hermano que solo era un estudio para una persona y él no tenía dónde llevarnos y estábamos allí. Luego el dueño no sabía la situación por la cual habíamos llegado aquí y luego él se conmovió con nuestra historia también y nos dio su casa para que la limpiáramos y nos dio un mes para vivir de gratis por la limpieza.
So that's also a miracle story because she said before she came here, the Americans that were in Honduras were helping Hondurans. She had a very high opinion of Americans. But when she came here, she got very afraid because when she first came here, her brother wasn't expecting that. She came here with the father of her children, her 3 children, but her brother only had a studio apartment. So they were staying inside this tiny apartment, but the neighbors heard noise. They complained to the landlord. The landlord came and said, "What are you all doing here? You have to leave right now." But and he's American, after he heard her story, being kidnapped and everything she went through, he said, "Listen, I have a house that I'm going to sell, and it's in terrible condition. It took me a year to remove the tenants because they weren't paying the rent. But if you want to, you can clean the house and you can stay there for free for a month while I sell the house." So she said also, "En un día limpiaste toda la casa, ¿verdad? Perfecto, ¿verdad?"
Yeah.
In one day, she and her daughters, they cleaned the entire house so well. The guy got super impressed. And he charged them for a while only $1,000 a month for this house. And the house was sold. So they were going to have to leave. But the buyer went away. So now they pay full rent. They pay like $3,500 a month, which is the market value between the 3 of them. But they're living in that landlord's house. So it's showing that sometimes she was afraid of how Americans were going to see her now. But she's been blessed that the people that God put in front of her have been very compassionate and supportive. Okay, and how about Brazilians? Right? We got a Brazilian right here, right? So what was your impression of Brazilians in Honduras, and what's your impression of Brazilians now? ¿Cómo pensaste sobre brasileños en Honduras y cómo los ves hoy después de venir?
Pues la verdad, cuando estaba en mi país no sabía nada de la cultura
¿No?
de ellos. No conocía a nadie de Brasil, no sabía nada de ellos, la verdad. Y ahora que estoy aquí puedo decir que como he conocido muchas personas brasileñas de muy buen corazón, como lo es la primera persona que nos apoyó, ha sido amigo de mi hermano desde su niñez, se llama Gilberto Prado. Él ha sido un hombre, un ángel para nosotros, nos fue a traer al aeropuerto y todo. Y como puedo decir que también hay personas que también como no somos de mucho agrado, pero pienso que en todos los países, sea aquí Estados Unidos, sea Honduras, sea Brasil, sea China, donde sea, como habemos personas buenas, habemos personas malas, habemos algunas personas que tenemos corazón para los demás y algunas que no le interesa lo que le esté pasando a su hermano o a su vecino. Es en todos los países.
So she said before she came here, she didn't know any Brazilians or anything about Brazil at all. But now that she's come here, she's met a lot of Brazilians. And she said, in general, Brazilians are very warm-hearted and kind. And there's a Brazilian, especially the first person that helped her when she came, is a Brazilian named Roberto. And he is her brother's friend for a long time. And she said he's been an angel to them, doing many things to take care of them. But she said that she's discovered that there are good people and bad people from every country. And what matters to her, finding people that don't care about what she's gone through or what she has, but want to know her as she is and are willing to collaborate with her. So that's amazing. So, Flavia, you're going to do the whole Portuguese part of our show, but your English is perfect. So before we get to a couple of, do you have any comments or any questions or anything you wanted to add?
Her experience is we all come from United States, like we always say for the back door, we have that experience. So, and then they have the move called Frontier.
Yep.
So people can go in and watch that.
Yeah.
It's
There's
like,
a movie called The Frontera. Yeah.
yeah. And then people can see it's the truth.
Yeah. So you're saying kidnapping's not even a rare thing. It happens a lot.
It happens a lot. It's a lot of people don't come out with alive.
They don't come out alive.
No, I have a
They
friend.
get killed.
I have a friend, and a lot of people I know, they kill in there.
So you're saying literally immigrants are risking their lives to come here.
To come to have a better life.
Have a better
Because
life.
sometimes in your country, they don't give you opportunity to grow and to make your family, especially when they have kids. Because we not think anymore about us. We
Right.
think about the kids' future. We not have they have our future. We want a better future for them. So that's the reason the people say, why they risk the life for do that? Sometimes it's better risk the life to get better life.
Wow. And they know before they leave the country that could happen.
That can happen. Yeah, everybody knows that.
I just can't even imagine. And I hope all the Americans that are watching this that have any preconceptions of any kind about immigrants, I hope this helps you think a little bit. This sweet person here, she's not just a mother, by the way. She's not just, a future wife. She's got a fiance here now from El Salvador. But she's also an entrepreneur. In Honduras, eres una emprendedora, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Dueña de tu propio negocio.
Así
Cuéntanos sobre tu negocio, mi amor.
Pues en Honduras, pues empecé en la orilla de un bulevar. Empecé primero vendiendo aguas, jugos, refrescos, jugos que yo misma elaboraba, perdón. Jugo de naranja, tamarindo,
Wow.
nance, maracuyá,
Wow.
coco. Yo partía el coco.
She had a juice business and a fresh waters business, and she said she would cut up the coconut, partir coco.
Le sacaba su comida, vendía su agua 100% natural.
100% natural fruit waters and juices. Passion fruit, tamarind, orange, coconut, and with the fruit in the water, the fresh fruit. No ponía azúcar. Porque azúcar,
Yeah.
natural.
En el coco no, solo en el jugo de tamarindo, nance, solo en los jugos. En el agua de coco no.
Okay, she didn't have to put any sugar in the coconut water, but in the orange, de naranja,
Sí, naranja, sí.
y tamarind también.
Yeah.
So in some of the waters like tamarind and orange, she put a little sugar, but not in the coconut water. ¿Y qué más que hiciste afuera de juguitos y aguas?
Luego que empecé a tener el negocio, empecé a vender comidas. Hice una casetilla pequeña, un espacio donde solo yo cabía y mi
A tiny
estufita.
little space. She made sandwiches and other foods.
Empecé a vender baleadas, que es nuestra comida típica.
Empanadas,
allá.
sí.
Baleadas,
She made
desayunos.
empanadas, breakfast. ¿Qué es un
y
desayuno
almuerzo.
hondureño? Explícanos. ¿Cómo es? What is a Honduran breakfast? Cuéntanos.
Un desayuno es frijolitos fritos,
Fried beans.
crema,
Cream.
huevo.
Eggs.
Puede ser tortilla
Can be a tortilla.
o plátano,
Or banana.
¿ya?
As the base.
Algunos pueden llevar carne como pollo
You can have chicken or meat also with that.
o algún cerdo.
Cerdo.
Ajá.
Pork.
Pork.
Oh, pork
Yeah.
also, yeah.
Yeah.
Cerdo, pork.
Este es un desayuno.
Okay. So you're an entrepreneur. That's amazing. And so, ¿estás pretendiendo abrir tu propio negocio aquí también? Would you
Claro.
like to open your own business here? Yes?
Claro, si Dios me lo permite y me abre puertas, pues quiero seguir con ese.
If God opens the
Sueño.
doors and she's allowed to, she would love to do her. What do you think about that? The Honduran breakfast and like fresh fruit juices. And Do you think there's a place for that here? There would be a demand, Flavia?
Yeah, they have a place over here, and if she wanna open,
Yeah.
she can look for that
Yeah.
too. It's
Maybe
like
she
a,
could even do juice in your salon. You never know. Maybe you
yeah,
could
she
offer that.
yeah she can grow her business over
Yeah.
here for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And so finally, what are your other dreams? Now that you made it here, what are your big dreams? The dreams that scare you? ¿Cuáles son los sueños que tienes que son tan grandes que te da miedo? Tus sueños aquí.
Pues cuando nos ponemos a pensar en la renta y todo eso, como todos queremos pues obtener una casa propia, pero tengo ese miedo de que por mi estatus legal, porque no cuento con un permiso, no pueda yo comprar una casa.
Okay, so like everyone, her biggest dream is to own her own house someday. That's her first dream. ¿Algo más?
Sí, a veces me da miedo también emprender mi negocio, porque siento,
She would like to have her own business. Good. I'm glad you said that because Flavia and I have some ideas how we can help you. So, Flavia, tell me, and the last part of this, what did you know about Honduras when you were in Brazil? And what do you know about Honduras now? Is this the first person you ever met from Honduras?
No, I have more friends
Yes.
from there, and the one thing they talk about is Ené is a little bit difficult for everybody live. So
Yes,
it's
there's a
not
little
that
bit of what?
it's difficult for
Yeah,
people live
everybody.
over there.
Lives difficult.
Yeah.
Difícil para todo mundo en Honduras. Dijo.
Yeah, they don't have that much, I think, you know.
¿Cómo podemos mejorar Honduras? How can we make Honduras better?
Change your
¿O
government.
cómo ustedes pueden mejorar Honduras?
lo primero que se tendría que combatir, porque Honduras es un país bello,
It's a beautiful
tiene,
country.
tiene lugares turísticos
Tourist
hermosos.
places.
Nuestra Honduras
Forests.
es bella, solo es la delincuencia que ha crecido mucho, ha incrementado y ha creado
a lot.
mucha inseguridad en nuestro
But there's
país,
more instability also.
a lo que a algunos turistas ya da miedo viajar a nuestro país por la
Even
inseguridad.
tourists are afraid to travel in Honduras right now. Sí. ¿Y piensas que va a mejorar algún día?
Tengo la fe en Dios que algún día se pueda
She
mejorar.
hopes it gets better. So, what's your perspective as we close this out about there's a kind of has so many beautiful things, but it's so unstable. Do you feel like, from your perspective, that I mean, obviously we can't do anything about Honduras, but do you feel like someday there's a future that I don't know? I don't even know what question I'm asking. Just thinking about this, how we as Brazilians and Americans, because Brazil has issues too, but not like Honduras. So how can we wrap our arms around people from Honduras, and how can we be part of a solution, would you say?
NA is difficult because
Yes.
they not take that much advantage for the country. You
Yeah.
know, it's more politics in there, so
Yeah,
it's
it's more the
hard. Just like
government.
it's like everywhere right now. It's a politics.
politics.
Yeah, it's
So,
difficult.
la política, que
Yeah.
es el problema,
Yeah.
¿verdad?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, we are so happy that you came here today, and you had no idea you were going to be on this TV show. I just invited you this morning, like 2 hours ago, and you're very poised. You're very confident. We would never know that you came from a very scary place, that you went through so much trauma, because you are such a wonderful, poised woman. And you're very young. ¿Puedo preguntar cuántos años tienes?
34 años.
34 years old. That's it. She's 34, and look, she's been through so much trauma. She came from a very insecure place. She went through a horrific experience with her kids. She came here with nothing. And look at her. Just today, 2 hours ago, I just invited her onto our show because our guest at the last minute had to postpone till last week. And this was a risk because she's not Brazilian. She's not American. She doesn't speak Portuguese or English. But I would say we got a winner here. We got a new friend. Temos una nueva amiga. vecina y socia, parcera. Vamos a hacer algún negocio contigo, right, Flavia?
Yeah.
With beauty, finance, and juice, it all goes together, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are so happy that you have been with us for another episode, and we hope that you join us next week. And I'm just because as we go through these conversations and have these shared experiences together, we get to have the best of both worlds. Tune in next time. See you later.